So for the second half of tonight's chat, we are going to be talking about the introduction to soup season. Okay, so we are very quickly approaching soup season. Your neck of the woods may already be there. You may already be in an area where it's been cooler outside, crisper outside. I can tell you with the time change and with the days getting shorter, I don't know, soup is something that I crave. I love, 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 love a big salad in the summertime. And I'll still eat salads in the winter, in the cooler months, in the crisper months, in the shorter day months. But there's something about some soup. So, oh, and Vicki made some chili today. So, I'm going to spend tonight showing you how to adjust something like a pre-bought something to make it more like a homemade soup if you don't have time to make one. I did not have time to make any homemade soup this week, but John is out of town. Like I said, the girls are over at their other grandparents' house right now, and Casey and Alan have a whole lot to do, so they're not going to be eating with me a lot. So I decided this week, since I didn't have time to stop, and Pam made potato soup today, awesome. I decided that today I would show y'all how to bulk up one of my favorite pre-made soups. Might do another one next week, but we got to get serious about Thanksgiving, so maybe might not next week. Okay, some of you all have already heard me talk about Wendy's. So Wendy's has in our area, and I don't know about your area, and you'll have to let me know so I know if there's if this is everywhere or if it's just local to us. And Sandra made some potatoes and corn soup, yum. But Wendy's in our area does have this family size chili, and the family size chili is big. I don't know how much this weighs. So yeah, don't know how much this weighs, but it's quite heavy. And I get this maybe, I don't know, maybe once every other month. And I'll make, so we talked, the last time I got one, we talked about all these different things that I was going to use this for. Like we had a chili bar at Casey's house one night. So we did we put the chili out. Actually, we did that for Bo's birthday. And so we had tortilla chips for the normal people, or for those of us who wanted to count them. We had lettuce if you wanted to make a taco salad. We had salsa. We had sliced jalapenos. We had, gosh, what all did we have? Shredded light cheese, some light sour cream. What else did we have? Seems like we had something else. But for her birthday, for Bo's birthday, because we knew the kids were just going to be going crazy, the adults were the ones who needed to eat. We just set all this up. So we set up the chili, and then we set up the tortilla chips and the salad stuff and the cilantro and the sour cream and all that kind of stuff to put it. And we just let people go make whatever they wanted to if they just wanted to make. We did not have any avocado, but that would be fantastic in there, Melissa. We didn't have a lot of people at Bo's birthday party. Basically, it was going to be me. I was going to be the only one eating the avocado, so I didn't do that. But avocado would be a great addition to that. So this Wendy's family style chili comes in this little box like this. And we are going to find out tonight how many cups it has. So, oh, and Rita says how much for that. Okay, yeah, completely forgot that. So we're going to find out how many servings are actually in this container. And Rita wants to know how much it is. Okay, so on the sign at our Wendy's, and our Wendy's is in Knoxville, Tennessee, they never, not once, have charged me what it says on the sign. So on the sign, it says, I think today it said $12.99. So, this is pretty heavy. I should have weighed this. So $12.99 for this big family size of chili. Yeah, and Rita says I need to do that for our next get together. You totally do. Because, I mean, I love making homemade chili, but it doesn't get any easier than this. Let me make a side note. 2 side notes, actually. So 2 side notes. So this Wendy's family size chili is perfect for the adults or the odd children in your life. Like Bo loves chili. Alyssa hates it. But it's perfect for that. Also, Wendy's has a family size chicken nugget. So I'm not saying that nuggets are a great value on, for your Weight Watchers dollar, but for the little kids, I got one of these and I got one of the family size nuggets, and then everybody brought the sides that I mentioned that you had your add-ins that you could do with the chili. Perfect. It worked out perfectly. So the sign today at the Wendy's just over the hill here said $12.99, and when the boy finished ringing me up, it was $10, like $10.05 or something, and I went, sure, okay, whatever. When you get your Wendy's chili, your Wendy's family size chili, make sure that you ask for a few cups. Even if you're not planning on using them, I always ask them for a few cups so that we have them if we need them. I also asked them for some spoons, which they gave me, and I always ask them for some of their sour cream, and I normally ask them for crackers. I don't eat the crackers because it's I think it's 2 points for a pack of crackers, and I don't need crackers. I get them if, like when we were doing the chili bar, but when it's just me by myself, I don't need it. Okay, so the second thing I was gonna say, the second comment that I was gonna say about this is Wendy's chili that was made this morning. Yes, it is made from broken up hamburgers. So it's got hamburgers and beans, and it's just chili. It just tastes like chili. But this is not. So this is fresh Wendy's chili. And when you order it, they take out this little bowl, and it doesn't freak them out. I've done it enough times now that they don't go and start looking for the manager to figure out how to do it. And they just literally ladle chili like they would put in this cup if you ordered it. They literally just ladle that into this container. Sometimes they fill it all the way to the top. I had one girl filled it so full to the top that when she put the lid on, she had to put it inside of a plastic bag because it was leaking. So this second fact or comment, whatever, that I promised you 5 minutes ago I was going to say, this is not, nothing, zero, couldn't be farther from that gross chili of Wendy's that comes in a can. Do not buy that. Do not buy that. Do me a favor. Don't buy it. Do me a favor. If you do buy it, go ahead and throw it away because it is terrible. It's awful. If you need to have Wendy's chili available all the time, freeze it. Portion it out and freeze it. Do not buy the stuff that's already in a can. Again, it is nasty. Okay, so first thing tonight, we're going to figure out how much is in this. So I don't know. I have no idea. The serving size is a small. So this is a small Wendy's chili, and the large is about this big. I don't know if you can see it or not, but can y'all see? I'll try to hold it in the light. Okay, you can see it right there. See that little crease that's right there? Or if you look on the inside, it is right, it's in the same spot. It's like, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There it is, there it is. Can you see that? So that little crease on the inside, or it's that little bulgy out spot, that is where they're supposed to fill it to. Again, sometimes, oh, Lynn, no, just get rid of it. Just, oh, it's awful. Get rid of it. Yeah, and Mary's exactly right. It's higher in points, and it costs more. It definitely costs more. I mean, this whole thing was, well, he charged me, what, $10.05 today or something, which still isn't right. It's not what it said on the side. But anyway, so that little crease line, if you can see that, that's 1 cup. So a serving of Wendy's chili, the small, is 1 cup, and that's 5 points. So we're going to see how many servings are in this. So there's 1. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to count that as 2 because I ate a cup of it earlier. I couldn't help it. I had Wendy's chili in here, and it smelled so good. So that's 2. Here's 3. 4. 5. It's going to be right at 6. Ooh. And I just dropped it on my hand. So there is 6 and a smidge, okay? So if you get one of these, and if they don't fill it up way past the line, it should be about 6 and a smidge servings. So, which is perfect. That was kind of my guess, because what I wanted to show you today, and hopefully, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna rinse my hands off real quick just because I dumped that on my hands. Okay, because what I wanted to show you today, I needed there to be 6 cups of Wendy's chili, and guess what? There are right at 6 cups. Okay. So now my family size Wendy's chili is empty. The container is empty. But what to do with that? What am I going to do with that? Well, because John's out of town, the girls are with their grandparents, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be spending a lot of time alone this week. I decided, and I didn't have time to make any chili. I didn't have time to pre-prepare any soup for this week. I decided that I would bulk up some Wendy's chili, and I can eat it in different ways, but I'm going to bulk it up in a different way than the last time that we had Wendy's chili together. So I currently have 6 cups of Wendy's chili in this bowl. 6 cups is 30 points, because remember, it's 5 points per cup. Okay, to that I'm going to add 1.5 cups. So this is right at, well, it's almost 2. This is almost 2 cups of air fryer butternut squash, and not gonna lie, I bought it already cut up, or I bought it already cubed, and then I just cut the cubes. I just made the cubes smaller. But this is butternut squash. Ooh, it smells good. So butternut squash, I cooked it in the air fryer. I cut it into smaller cubes, sprayed it with a little bit of avocado oil. You can spray it with olive oil. You can spray it, spritz it with some kind of nonstick oil. And then I cooked it in the air fryer on 400 for 20 minutes. So cubed butternut squash, a little bit of nonstick spray. I didn't add any seasonings because I knew I was going to be putting it in the chili. You can totally put a little bit of salt and pepper. You can do sweet seasonings if you want to. You can do garlic. You can do whatever you want to. I did not add any seasonings, again, because I'm going to be putting it in the chili. But butternut squash, 400 degrees for 20 minutes in the air fryer, and it makes it the perfect texture to put it into the chili. So I'm going to add, that's almost 2 cups. So that is almost 2 cups of butternut squash, which is 0 points. Okay, then I thought, what else do I want to be in there? Because I want to bulk this up. I've got to make this last the whole time that John is gone. Didn't just want chili. Had it as chili today. Didn't just want chili. Wanted something kind of different. So I bought 2 different kinds of corn, and I thought I would decide tonight which one I'm going to use. So I got some Del Monte Mexican style street corn, and I thought, that sounds really good. Wouldn't Mexican style street corn be really good in this chili? But I scanned it, saw how many points it was, so I went back and also got just some regular gold and white corn. So the gold and white corn, because it's just corn, it's 0 points. This one, the Mexican street corn, for this whole can is 8 points. So I did some quick math and decided that for tonight's experiment, I will not be using the Mexican style street corn. I'll save it for something else. So for tonight, I'm gonna Schwartz for 400, and I always thought it was Schwartz for 500, and it's actually 400. But anyway, I'm gonna Schwartz for 400. Alex, skip the Mexican street corn, or I'm gonna swap the Mexican street corn, and instead I'm gonna use the regular corn, so that it's a 0 point addition. I'm gonna get another sip of my drink while my kitchen mama takes that lid off for us. Sarah, did you ever figure out how to get yours to work? How to get your kitchen mama to let go when you wanted her to let go? So it changes pitch when it's all the way around. You hear the change in the pitch, and then you just hit the stop button and it should let go. And then you just pop that off. Okay, I don't necessarily want all that corn juice in there, so I'm gonna dump that out. I'm gonna drain it. I'm not gonna squeeze it, I'm just gonna drain it a little bit just because I don't want all that extra liquid in. So now to my Wendy's chili. 2 of them broke? What are you talking about? How did you break one? I've used this one like 100 times. How in the world? Oh my goodness. Maybe I just need to come show you how to use it. Okay, so now I have 6 cups of Wendy's chili. I have about 2 cups of already cooked and cubed and cooked butternut squash. Again, somebody's getting ready to ask, how long did you cook the butternut squash? 400 degrees for 20 minutes and shake it, okay? Okay, so now I've added this corn. So I'm going to stir this up just a little bit. Okay, so now I have what should be, from what I measured before, I should have 9 cups. Now I should have 9 cups because I've got 6 cups of Wendy's chili, about 2 cups of butternut squash, and then 1 3/4 cups of corn. We could keep adding stuff to this. We could put some more salsa in this. We could put another kind of beans. We could put like some black beans in there if you like black beans in your chili. We could put refried beans. We could put a whole, there you go. Melissa just said, black beans would be a good add too for color. Let me see if I have any. I do not have any down where I could get it. Please, I'll just go check. I'll go check and see if we can make Melissa's wish come true. And not today, Melissa. Sorry. No extra black beans here at KC Kitchen Center, but she's exactly right. Black beans would be pretty. You could do like lima beans. Believe it or not, I mean, I'm not a huge lima bean fan on its own, but lima beans, yes, you can bulk it up very well. Thank you. But lima beans mixed into chili, they just disappear. You can't even taste them. So now we have 9 cups instead of just 6 cups of chili. And remember, 1 cup of Wendy's chili was 5 points, but now I have 9 cups. And everything that I've added to it so far is 0 points. So I have a couple of choices while John's out of town and while I'll be pretty much eating by myself. So 9 cups, if I wanted to still make this into a 1 cup serving, and remember the 1 cup, because I have 4 more of these. So if I wanted to use these, the little cute little Wendy's cups, and stop it right there where that little ridge is, or you can see it on the inside. So it's got a little mark on there so that you'll know. And I guess so that the employees will know when they're standing over there, ladling it out for you. So I have 2 choices to make now. I can do 9 1-cup servings, and it would be 3.3 points. So nobody's going to track 3.3 points. So after you put all this together, it's going to come up as 4. Just going to say, Weight Watchers math. No, actually, it'll come up as 3. But then if you ate 2 cups of it, it would come up as 7 instead of as 6. So 1 cup, it would come up as 3. 2 cups, it would come up as 7. It's Weight Watchers math. Or I could do 6 1.5 cups, which would be bigger than this. It would be this much. So I could do 9 1 cups for 3 points a serving, or I could do 6 1.5 cup servings, and it would be back to the original 5 points, okay? So I just hashtag bulked that up to have half again as much. So it would be 1.5 of these for that original 5 points, because everything I added was 0 points. Or I could do 1 cup. Okay, Melissa's like, I think Melissa drove by, because she don't live that far from here. I think she drove by and saw my car, and then she snooped. She looked in the windows to snoop, because I did get 3 sweet potatoes. So I got 3 sweet potatoes, so that 3 of the nights that John is gone, I can have a baked sweet potato and I think the size I got is 3 points, a baked sweet potato, and then I can have some of my hashtag bulk it up Wendy's chili that has Wendy's chili. It also has corn, and it has butternut squash in it. I can do that for 3 nights. I could do it as chili, add some green onions, add some cilantro, add a little bit of light sour cream, or if you did, remember to ask your person at Wendy's, if you could have some cups and some sour cream, 1 packet of their sour cream, it's also light sour cream, 1 packet of theirs is 1 point. You could totally do that. Or if you wanted to swap the sour cream and use some non-fat plain Greek yogurt instead, this is really good as a sour cream substitute. You could leave that off and you could swap it. Remember those S words? You could swap it for some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and that would be 0 points added to it. Or, and I'm not planning on sharing this, so that S word is not going to exist because I ain't sharing this with anybody. Okay, that'll be just exactly enough to last me the whole time that John is gone. Oh, Melissa says add some heart of palm noodles. Yeah, I could totally do that. Gwen, our fearless leader Gwen, likes fat-free refried beans. She puts those in a bowl, and then she uses half of the amount of chili that she was going to eat to put on there, and then she uses a little bit of non-fat plain Greek yogurt and a little. She uses fat-free cheese. I don't eat fat-free cheese, but she loves it on this. So I went ahead and got myself some another can. Like we used a whole can of this last week. I got myself another can of the La Preferida fat-free refried beans, and do not fool yourself and think that the ones that say vegan or vegetarian, that's the same. It is not. It has to say fat-free for these to be 0 points, but it's fantastic on that. Or you can just make it as chili. You can totally just make it as chili. It's whatever you want to do. But you don't have to just use butternut squash. You don't have to just use corn. Again, you could use peas. You could use lentils. You could use, like Melissa said, hearts of palm. You could use anything to bulk it up. And so now I can have, if I want to, I can have half again as much, half again as much chili because I've bulked it up as I would have if I had just left it alone. So there it is. This is tonight's version, or this week's version, because I've got nobody else to eat with. This week's version of bulked up Wendy's chili. Yeah, Barbara said you can make low-fat Petros. You could totally make low-fat Petros. Oh, I also got, I'm not going to go drag it out, but I also got a salad mix, because 2 of those nights, so 3 nights, I'm going to be having a baked sweet potato with this on here. At least one of the nights, I'm going to be having the refried beans with some of this chili on there, and then I've got just a loose bagged, just some salad leaves, and I'm going to be having like a taco salad one night. So the ideas are endless, the opportunities are endless, the ways to bulk things up like this. Soups, like if you need to buy, Lynn says over tortilla chips to make nachos. Perfect, that would be perfect. But the ideas are endless. You can take, if you needed to get, like if you don't have time to make some soup, you could take oh my gosh, Sylvia doesn't know what Petros are. Okay, hold on. I'll explain them real quick. But you could take this, the ideas are endless. So at the 1992 World's Fair here in Knoxville, a company invented something called a Petro that a lot of other parts of the country call what is it y'all call it? A walking taco or I forget what y'all call it, but it's basically corn chips, it's Frito chips, and chili, and then you can get sour cream, black olives. Ooh, I've got some black olives. I could put black olives in this too. Ooh, now y'all got me thinking. But anyway, so it's chili, chips, cheese, sour cream, onions, things like that. So good. And I forget, y'all call it something, there's parts of the country that y'all call it something else, like a Frito bag, a Frito pie. Yeah, that would be it. Lynn says a Frito pie. So a walking taco, is that what it's called? So I've heard people tell me that some people, not y'all, but some people just take the Frito bag, cut the top of it off, and then pour all of the ingredients in there, and then just walk around and eat it with a spoon. So I've heard y'all say that too, but for us, it's called a Petro, and they invented that for the 1992 World's Fair, and I was there. I was a teenager, but I was there. Okay, but anyway, the ideas are endless. If you needed to get some other kind of pre-made soup and #bulk it up, you can totally do this. I do that with potato soup. I will steam an entire bag of broccoli, like get a thing of a thing of potatoes, already made potato soup at the store. Steam a whole thing of broccoli, pour it in there, and then you've got broccoli cheddar soup. So good, so good. Anyway, the ideas are endless. The possibilities are endless. But I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up because, again, by myself this week. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to go home and start my bedtime routine so that I can be sane tomorrow. So I need to turn off all of my devices. I need to make sure I have on the coolest clothes, even though no one is there to get my bed super heated up. And I'm going to read for 30 minutes. So don't forget to do your homework this week. But I hope y'all had a great time. I did. And this is my dinners for this week are smelling fantastic. And there is John, who probably has got the heat cranked up in his room since I'm not there to turn it down. But if you are watching this on YouTube later, go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. Pretty please hit subscribe. Or my subscribers for some weird reason are just going down. I'm one of the few people that talks about the weekly topic every week. Please, let's go ahead and tell our friends. But you know, it's free. It's free to hit the subscribe button. So y'all should do it. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Good night.